Good morning, it's me. I'm back. I'm Stephanie Flath, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm coming to you live Wednesday morning, July 15. Uh, so I go live every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and when I'm not here, you can find me on my website at dazzledbystamping.com. And I forgot to turn my speaker off. Sorry. Every other week that happens. Hi, Mario. Um, Thank you for joining me. Oops, I need to change this a little bit. Okay, so on my website at dazzledbystamping.com, you can find inspiration and classes, and you can order and uh, yeah. So you can find me to ask questions, that sort of thing. So, I'm so glad that you're here. Let me know when you're here. If you're, in case you're new to me, when uh, every week I enter names in a randomizer. That's what I call it. It's a name picker for all those that have chatted with me while I've been live, and uh, then I give away the projects that I made the previous week. So I already have my randomizer loaded up from last week's people, and then I can enter you into the drawing. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Dot. Is it just you, or is Archer there too? Does he have swimming lessons again? I assume. How did they go last week? Just a sec. I need water already. Morning, Nancy. Thank you for joining me. Hi, Carrie. All right. So I'm going to, while people are getting on, I'm going to switch over to my randomizer and run that, and then I'll get right into stamping. So in case Archer has to leave, he'll see as much as possible. All right. I have a special friend here today. Bev. Oh, yay. Hi, Bev. That's fun. So Bev's on my team, but she's in Wisconsin right now. She spent some of her time in Wisconsin. They have another home there, and so Bev's with Carrie. That's so awesome. Okay, so I'm switching to my randomizer. Oops, gotta close that thing. I hate when ads come up. All right, I'm starting. Have everybody loaded up from last week? And Kathy Polderman is my first winner. Congratulations. I don't think she's on yet, but that's okay. You don't have to be present to win, by the way. Okay, pick a new winner and start. So I had two projects last week. They were both, oh, Mario, yay, your first week back and your win. Woohoo. Congratulations, Mario. Okay. So both of my projects last week were, he said his lesson was awesome. Oh, good. That's great. Archer and Carson. Good morning, boys. I'm so glad that you're here. Okay. So I will get those cards out eventually. By the way, Archer, I did enter you into the contest, or it's not really a contest. You're not doing anything to win. I'm just giving away cards. But you didn't win this time. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to get started. But first, I just remembered. I want to tell you. So I have a bunch of classes to open up, and I did my first one. I scheduled it for this morning. I am doing Christmas in July. I'm starting with a short stack. And this time a short stack means we're doing 2 designs, 4 of each design. Mason will be going down for a nap soon. All right. Have a good nap, Mason. So we're going to be doing 2 designs, 4 of each design, so 8 cards. So I did schedule that, so go check that out. And I have my Dazzling Card Club I need to open, all occasions. Seems like there's one more and I can't remember it. Hi, Marsha. I already did my randomizer. Kathy and Mario won today. Mario said, "Go me." That's funny. I didn't see that. Did I see somebody else new that I didn't notice? No, just yay, Christmas. Yes. I'm starting Christmas already. Um, so anyway, open that up. It takes me a while sometimes to open these because there's a process and my computer's been being strange. Um, I ran a program, so hopefully it'll be better, but I don't know, just it's just being weird. And then another problem that I have is for some reason I end up saving my computer time for at night and then I fall asleep. It's really frustrating when I do that. All right, anyway, so watch for more classes, but Christmas one is opened up. Okay, so now I'm going to put you down and show you what I'm going to play with today. Um I'll first show you up here. So this is Begonia Belle, and this is the current product of the month. I gotta make sure it's all in camera. You'll see it when I put it down too. So the product of the month is first of all, it is. I don't think your randomizer likes me anymore. It feels like it. Well, after you left chocolate behind, I don't know. I feel like I feel like yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. But I love you, Marsha. So there's that. Anyway. um All right. So the product of the month is something that is available while supplies last. It is good morning, Marlene. Um, uh, while supplies last. When you spend $75, place a $75 order. Now that has to be before shipping and tax, and after you redeem any Stampin' Rewards, your order still has to be $75 before shipping and tax. You can pay $5 and get the stamp set. So I got it and I'm going to show it to you. So I'm going to put you down so you can check it out. So close your eyes, Carrie, and I'm dropping you. I didn't give you much warning. Oh, why does this seem weird? Okay. Locked in place, spinning, and then we're going to pull forward here. Okay. All right, so here is Begonia Belle. The words here are best wishes, you are my sunshine, thank you for everything you do, and sending lots of happiness your way. So this is sort of a two-step stamp set. Um, these two go together. It's not described as such, but these two go together to make one blossom, I guess I'll say. And then these two stamps right here are actually one stamp together, and they go on this little leaf right here. This has two little stems poking off it. And obviously these two go together. So I'm using it with this designer paper. I used this with my Garden Gatherings Dazzling Card Club last month. I eventually will be showing you more of these cards because we just got done with it last week. And this was, well, I was going to say, this was one of my favorite classes. But I just love my classes. They're just so much fun. But this paper is so cool. So there's a whole sheet of this that has lots of different bouquets, I guess we'll call it, on there. And the whole thing is black and white. So you can leave it black and white, or obviously you can color this sort of thing. I think this was one piece. I don't know if I told you the story, but I sent this piece to, well, we had two of these pieces from Long Beach. No, I didn't color at Long Beach. Hmm. Maybe I did do Macon Takes to Long Beach, but I left it. I didn't color it. I left some of it one of them open, and I sent this to my niece as a nanny for a couple little girls, and she is very good at coloring. And I sent her this, and she was so excited. So anyway, it's all black and white, but you can make changes to that, and you'll see that actually in some of my cards that I share with you in the next week or so from my Dazzling Card Club. Sometimes we leave it plain, and sometimes we color it. So you can color with blends or with sponging or this one. So this one, I don't think that I described this one to you. I shared this card. It was Barely Blush. It was a couple weeks ago, and I decided to share it right before, what's the word? Registration ended. I made this one you can make, and it's kind of funny because this looks like the black is bleeding here, and so it looks like it when you color it a little bit, like you feel like you're spreading it. But I just colored between the lines with the Barely Blush, and so I made it a pink and black um, stripes. So obviously you can do a lot with it in lots of different ways. So this is what I chose to work with Begonia Belle. So I'm going to start on my first one here. So this one was a work in progress. I'm going to start with my design paper. I love this black and white polka dot. And I actually do love that it's more black than white rather than black with white this time. That's not always the way that it is. So this was a work in progress. I sort of thought that I wanted to use my postage dies with this. And then I didn't end up liking the size that I had. I was trying to use this one piece that I had, but I had to make 2 cards from it. I didn't really like the sizes, and so I ended up making a frame with this one. And I've made frames before. In fact, a couple weeks ago when I did the oh when I played with the Wild Bunch, I used my Stylish Shapes dies that I absolutely adore, and made frames and used the frames on my card. And but we don't. I wanted rectangles, and we don't have rectangles right now. So I'm just going to show you how I did this. So I just created. I sort of need to be. Let's see. How can I do this best? It's too long to put it right in front of the. Maybe I'll move it anyway. Let's see the bottom. Maybe. Do you see the bottom yet? No, I'm pushing a little bit farther. Remind me to push it back if I don't. No, it's just too long. I can't. It's going. It's the same thing. All right, we're gonna go off this way a little bit. I was pushing both things the equal distance, and I couldn't get it. It wasn't changing anything for you to be able to see it. Okay, so I'm taking this piece. First of all, I already did this process with this piece and got this leftover. So I'm taking this leftover piece and I'm lining it up at a 1/4 inch. And I don't want to cut all the way through. So I'm going to start just above, like the line on this blade here is where your blade actually, where the cutting part actually is. So I'm just above, like where it starts, and I'm gonna go just before where it ends, and then I'm gonna do the same thing here. So I'm sort of joining where it was, stopping before the end. So I might not be exact, but if I'm not, I can finish cutting with my paper snips. So if you didn't see, I feel like they might still be non-orderable, but if you didn't see, and if you're needing new scissors, I think we have, I think they're called, we have new scissors. We'll just tip our heads to the left. It all straightens up. Yeah, you have to do that, but I had to get it so that you could see the end of my paper cutter. Okay, so all 3 of the 4 corners came out, so then I just need my paper snips. So we have scissors that came out with the the latest online exclusive. I think they're called detail scissors. No longer paper snips. I don't think we have that same vendor anymore. So we have a different name, but they look, from what I'm told, they look. Why is it not coming up? There we go. They look identical or very close. Okay, so now I have my frame. This is what I wanted to use, and then obviously I can use this for something else, but I don't have something planned for this card. So I have two frames here that I want to use. And so this color is Strawberry Slush. It's one of last year's in colors. And I'm first going to show you two-step stamping. I've told you this before, but just a reminder, two-step stamping does not mean that you have to have two different colors to make your look. So I have two flowers here. One, I actually honestly had a hard time figuring out which was the detail and which was the normal, just sort of the base thing. I don't know why. They're just very similar to me. But anyway, you don't have to have two different coordinating colors. You can stamp off with your base color and then stamp it on your project. And then with your detail, you ink it up again, or you ink the detail one up, but this time you don't stamp off, and you just sort of add it on here. And then you have your begonia that is a two-tone and looks gorgeous. All right, is that all that I need? Nope, it's not all that I need. Okay, so I'm going to bring out, this is Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to do a couple different leaves here. Gotta see which one I need. All right, so here's Granny Apple, and I'm going to do the same thing. Oops, I'm not going to throw it though. Let's try that again. So I'm stamping off once, putting it at the bottom here, and then I'm taking my detail. Probably can't really tell detail, especially since I just have it tucked in the corner here. But I'm still gonna do that. Hi, Jamie. And then I'm gonna take this little leaf that I told you about that has the just a second, I'm looking for something. It has two little stems on it. So Jamie, I'm using the stamp set. It's called Begonia Belle, and it's the current product of the month. So you can get it for $5 when you place a $75 order. All right, so I think I'm done with the Granny Apple Green. Now I'm going to ink up these. See, this is one stamp. It's two little blossoms. And we're going to put it right on the end of there. Okay. So done with Strawberry Slush. And now I need my green. So we're sending lots of happiness your way, is what the stamp says. Get it right up on there. Okay. So now we're just going to put it all together. So this is going to go on a layer of black. I started with Granny Apple Green and I didn't like that as well. So Archer and Carson, do you guys ever pick flowers? Don't pick begonias because somebody planted those, but do you guys ever pick flowers for your moms or buy flowers for your moms? So Carson is Archer's cousin, right? Carson was the first one that watched with me, I think, if I remember correctly. All right, so I have my frames here. And I'm going to use liquid glue to get the back of this. Oops, I went off. All right, so we're going to put this here. I want this sort of way over here just because of how my spacing is. So, am I right? I know that Archer is older, but I feel like Carson started watching me a long time ago first. I kept the picture of him in front of the TV watching me. It's somewhere in my pictures. Okay, now I'm doing this frame as well. So it's just a decorative thing. They said they do. Like, do you do dandelions or do you buy flowers or what do you guys do? Okay, so I'm going to put this here. I gotta see if this is what I want. Yeah, that works. Okay, so I'm just putting these on. I want polka dots, but I want it in a different way. Okay, so we're going to take this piece and we're going to put dimensionals on this one. So, are you all blessed with air conditioning and you're staying inside and staying safe and cool? I am so thankful for my air conditioning. Pick flowers for their moms. Gotcha. That sounds wonderful. I always loved that. My kids are all grown up, though. My kids are more like your dad's and mom's age. All right, so we're gonna put this there. Is that what I want? Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Okay, so here's our card, and I'm going to add. Where did they go? Hmm. Too many things. I can't find my embellishments I was going to use. It never fails. It never fails. I think I have everything all set up. AC here. I do my gardening first thing in the morning. Oh, that's a good idea. Lots of dots for you, Dot. Except I was going to add a couple more and I can't find them. All right, well, I can't keep looking right now, so I'm going to show you the one that I finished last night. All right, so this is a little bit different. I changed the area of my card here. So these are actually called Pearls of Beauty. The Pearls of Beauty have this color and crumb cake. I mean, what this is white, duh. White and crumb cake and Calypso coral, I believe, is the other color. But it's not by me right now. I don't know where they are hiding. So anyway, so here's my first card. So isn't this kind of pretty? I have to say, begonias themselves are not my favorite. I think it started with so we have an area right by our side door that has an area for, well, now we have hostas there, but we used to want to put flowers there, and it's the north side of the house, so I had to have a shade. So our choices were impatiens or begonias, and I sort of, thank you. I'm glad that you like them. I sort of had a problem with them. I had an attitude about begonias because they were one of my two choices. All right, just in case Archer's leaving, have fun with swim lessons. I'm assuming you're going to keep going like every week for a while. So have fun. All right, on to the next card. So this one, I'm still using, you know I love stripes and dots. I had to do the stripes next. I did not use the flowers this time. Okay, so this time I'm going to start with all of my stamping first because I don't have to prep my designer paper. And I need a drink quick. All right, so have fun, Archer. All right, oh, I forgot. I need to clean my stamps is what I need to do first because I'm switching colors and I'm using all the same stamps. Well, not all, but many of them. Okay, so cleaning the leaves. Even though we don't sell this anymore, I'm still using mine. I feel like it cleans my stamps better than just the chamois. The chamois is great for in classes, though, when people just need a quick clean of their stamp before they move on. Oh, I guess yeah, I do. I was going to say, I guess I would have had to clean my leaves, but I changed my color for that, too. Okay, now we're good. You're welcome. It makes my day that the boys like watching. Okay, so I'm going to start with this because it just popped in my face. I am using. So this was from Stylish Shapes. This is I should pull this. I've been using baby wipes and I don't like how they leave fuzzy on the stamps. Yeah, that's not good. Oops. So I use this one. There's two longer banners. I use this short little banner, but it's the fatter one. So it works perfectly with You Are My Sunshine. I love it. So this is Daffodil Delight, by the way, that cardstock. And is that the only black? No, it's not the only black, but I don't need this right now. Yeah, sometimes I have customers try to clean my stamps when they're done. And I've done this before so that I know that this happens. And they end up leaving Kleenex or something like that behind, or paper towel or whatever. Just the photopolymer sticks to everything, which I mean, I guess that's supposed to stick to your blocks, so I guess that's good. Oops, I'm going this way. Good thing I just had it here. Okay, so I'm starting with Daffodil Delight, and this is the first layer. So this is lighter than my. Well, this is the lighter of the two colors. Stampin' Scrub is my favorite. I even bought another one when it was on last chance. Gotcha. Yeah, I have. I feel like I have a minimum of 4 of them, but I only see 3 at the moment. Sometimes I just need extras. Well, partly because so this is crushed curry. Partly because I end up using it and then it needs to be cleaned, but I don't get up and go clean it. I grab a different one. I hate cleaning. Okay, so there's my crushed curry. It looks a little aggressive right now, but it'll tone down. Okay, so there is our begonias again. So this time, unlike the last time, I did use 2 different colors to coordinating yellows to make my 2 tones. But you easily can do it with, as long as the ink isn't too light of a color, you can do it with any color to make 2-tone by just stamping off ones. Okay, now I'm using Old Olive. And I need my base here. No, this one I went back to going same color. So my base is going here. I'm going to do another one. Stamp it off. Go here. And then I want my, this is just going full on. I want my blossoms up here. Okay, there's that. So now I'm going to do you just clean it with water and rinse it out? I tried shampoo once and it took too long to get it out. Yeah, I just rinse it. You really don't need soap because your Stampin' Mist, it has sort of a detergent in it, I guess, would be my guess. I rinse it out and so I have old ones that I can actually pop out the what do you call that thing? I don't know. There's an insert of the scrubby part on there. I have some that I can pop out. But I feel like these older ones, they're too hard. I mean, these newer ones, they're too hard to pop out. So I just leave them in there. So I run them underwater, and it feels like the longer you run them underwater, like it helps. The more wet they are, the more ink will come out. So I sort of scrub it with my fingernails or whatever, and then I go through all of them that I have because I end up having to do all of them at one time. And then I scrub it again. I go through and scrub it again until like until the water's running clear. And then I always have a dark towel that I end up wrapping and pressing the pads themselves, or like between, like for this one I don't ever pull this out. These come out too hard. I put my towel in here and then squish it down, and then I just leave it like under a fan or something. We always have ceiling fans going. So I leave it under that to dry out. I have heard that you could put it in the dishwasher, but you didn't want it to go in the dry cycle or something. I don't know. I haven't ever done that. So that's how I do it. Okay, so here's the detail one. I started that, and then I started talking with my hands, and that changed everything. All right. So there we go. Now we need one more. We need our blossoms on here, and I'm just going to use Daffodil Delight. Did I clean that? Yep. So I can put those right on there. I like that these are together, that I don't have to do two separate ones for this particular thing. Okay, so my flowers are done. I'm going to set this aside for the moment. So for this card, I'm going to this is a Z-fold card. So this isn't the easiest fun fold that you can do, in my opinion, and I always love it. So it's cut to a 1/4 inch, and just a second, I gotta do something a second. All right, and I'm gonna design on here. So this is thick white. And I'm going to, so if you didn't notice, there's a sort of a background stamp on here, and I'm going to, just a sec, one more thing. I'm going to use my black, and okay, so I'm going to ink this up, and I'm going to make a pattern on this edge here. So what I'm doing with this, it doesn't exactly matter because I'm gonna cover up the ends anyway. Oh, it kind of does, I guess. It made it look different. So I'm lining up the end of one line to the right end of the other. So I'm making this pattern here over here, and I'm gonna do the same thing right here. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just gonna be sort of like polka dots, but different. And then I'm going to, am I done with this? Yes, I'm done with this. Then I'm gonna build my card. So first thing is I have these two striped designer papers. So the designer paper, in case you're just coming in now, or didn't hear me earlier, it's called Artisan Sketched Garden, and I used it with my Dazzling card couple last week. It coordinates with the oh, now I forgot the name of the stamp set. Garden Gatherings was what I used for my Dazzling card couple last one. It's all black and white. There are some flowers, but everything is black and white. You can change it or leave it that way. All right, so here's my card. Now I'm going to attach my flowers. One, two, that one's out. Three. All right, and then I want to line this up sort of centered on my card. So whenever an important thing, thank you, an important thing that you have to remember with the Z-fold card is to not put adhesive on the very back of the right edge of your, I usually always have something that's hanging across the Z part. So you want to make sure that you're not putting adhesive on the back of here. So I had it flipped over and did like sort of halfway. All right, and then I'm going to put my sunshine on here. At least I didn't lose my dimensionals today. I lost my embellishments, but not my dimensionals. Is that a win or no? I'm not really sure. At least I had another card that was ready that I could show you. Okay, so we're going to put this right here. Again, I always like my lines crossing. This line right here, I like it to be crossed by my die cut. Okay, so I really wanted some black dots to put here and there, but I didn't want to make them, and so I'm just adding some sparkle. So I'm adding like a stella on the blossoms themselves, and we're just gonna let the dots that are already there hang out with the stripes that I put on there, and we're gonna be happy with them. Do these blossoms. And there. Can you see my shimmer? You probably can't. Maybe a little bit you can see it. You're really testing me today with all the stripes. Oh, does that bother you? I didn't know. Sorry. I love them. I'm so sorry. So yeah, here's my other card. See, it would be really cute. Okay, now I feel like I need to do it. I just need to do it. Need to find, I know I have some dots here. I've done it before. Cards. I'm going to test you even further, Carrie. I can't find my dots. Thanks. I'm glad that you like it. It's pretty. I'm partial to the first one. Think of cell works is what works best. Question: Are you Oh, I have some already done. Yay. Are you partial to the first one because you like pink and not so much yellow, or what? Okay, so I was going to do this, but I already have some done. That is a bonus. So, these are the um. There's clear dots that come on the with the ladybugs. I don't really want a ladybug on here. I don't know why. I just don't. Yellow crust curry isn't my favorite. Gotcha. All right. I understand that. You sound like Rachel. So what I was going to do was take my dark basic black Stampin' Blend and color these clear dots, but I have some left from another time. Now these dots come off hard from the ladybugs for some reason. So we're going to put one here. And oops. And right there. This one's weird. It's a funny shape. Like the dot is the plastic funny or something. All right. Ha, kind of cute. All right, I'll take it. She's a sweetie. That's funny. Water drops. Yeah, they are like water drops, but anyway, I wanted black ones. So here we go. There's my card. Okay, so I have these two cards. Obviously, if you want the Begonia Belle, you need to place a $75 order and choose it for place a buy this for $5. But if you place a $30 order, I will send you 2 of each of these card kits for you to make on your own. You can do it with whatever flowers you have or whatever. But I will do that if you place a $30 order. And of course, I will send my free project sheet tomorrow afternoon. So, all right. Thank you so much for joining me today. And have fun finding classes as I'm able to post them. I hope you join me for one. So the first Christmas one that I'm doing, I made 3 times available. Thank you, Dot. It's the end of the month. The last Thursday you can do morning or evening, and the next day Friday morning. So I hope you can join me. You have until next Wednesday because I got late setting it up. Next Wednesday to register. Have a great week. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Nancy. I'm glad that you love the cards. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.